Hello my friends. Oh, the sun's hitting my face funky. That's not better. Okay. Hopefully the fan is not too loud. Why do I look super weird right now? Because you're weird looking, Haley. There I beat the punchline. So, today is a Monday. It is another week. And I have a lot of catching up to do this week for Camp NaNoWRIMO. Ah! We got back our peer review edits for my class. We had to review each other's proposal for the summer project, and as you guys know, I am doing chapter 1 for my summer class. So I'm revising, rewriting completely, yeah, pretty much completely my first chapter of my book, Guardians of the Skulls. So, to beat this dead horse even more, I know, I swear, I'm gonna stop talking about Twilight so much just because it's like an example for the point that I've been trying to make. But it's so funny because one of the comments for one of the girls in my peer group, and there's like 4 of us total, said, because I explained a little bit about my character, the point of view that's going to be the point of view. Her name's Anna, and she has the power of immortality, basically. And I was saying in my proposal how I want to write the first chapter in a way that shows like time is progressing around her, yet she herself is not aging. And one of the girls' comments was, no joke, she's like, oh, I think this sounds really cool. It reminds me of the vampires in Twilight. And I was like, girl, to use the language of the youth, I was shook. I was like, does this girl watch my videos? If you do watch my videos, just slip the word pineapple into our next peer review session, and then I'll know. I'll know. No, but it was so crazy, and I am a huge believer in coincidences, in that I think when a coincidence happens, it means you're on the right path. And so, oh my god, it was like a sign from the universe. Like, I mean, as much as you know, everyone's comments were fantastic too, so like, I'm not saying that, but I was just like, okay, I get it, like, it's okay. And it just, oh my god, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. So either I am putting out so much Twilight energy into the universe right now that it's bouncing back at me, or my classmates have found my YouTube channel, which I'm really hoping it's the first one. Alright, I have to go for now. Don't look at my messy kitchen, please. Okay, bye. That could have gone badly. So, ooh, I'm filming this side. You can see a different part of my room. So, I just got out of peer review session where we talked about each other's proposals and essays. Do I have anything super messy back there? Nothing too bad. Okay. And once again, I love my peer review group. Everyone is so fantastic and just super welcoming, and I feel like we all share very similar passions, and even though our stories are so different, and I talked to the girl who had kind of mentioned the model text of Twilight. I swear this, guys, this is the last time I'm gonna mention it. And I was saying like kind of like why I was looking into it, and like things that I was getting from it, especially in relation to Anna's character. So close reading Twilight, I was looking into the characters of the vampires that are immortal and that have been living for a very long time. And so in Twilight, every character is sort of, not only are they frozen in time, but they seem to be frozen in their interests, and in their personalities. So whatever they were like when they converted into a vampire, that's who they are frozen to be, and they haven't really aged with time well, other than their fashion sense, I would say. But with my immortal character, I think I am going to age her differently. So she will have consistent interests that she holds throughout her life. But, you know, when you think about your life, we grow and we change. And I don't think that's just because of age. I think it's because of time passing. Because you ask people and they, you know, my mom says that she still feels like she's 30 or something. You know, you feel on the inside, you always feel the same, but your interests still change with time. And so does an immortal character change interests? Like, would they change just because of time and decade and cultures changing, or because they themselves are frozen, would they be more likely to stick to however they were when that happened? So that's sort of like the idea I've been playing with. And so just to give like a literary sense of why I don't think I would analyze Twilight is because I think I'm going to do it differently than how she did it in that sense. Because I think my immortal character, Anna, is going to change a little bit. She's gonna have some elements that stay the same, but I don't know. It's just something to play with, and I just kind of want to do immortality a little bit differently that way. Oh, I did have a mess. My robe and Zach's pants. It sounds scandalous, but it's not. Oh, but one thing, like, I was kind of said to her, I like just came out and said it. I was like, yeah, I thought about looking at Twilight, but then I thought, you know, how would, you know, my peer review group think if I like analyzed a chapter of Twilight for my text, haha. And she was like, oh, I don't think anyone would care. Like, you know, just, it doesn't matter. Like, a book's a book. And like, she's like, I like Twilight. And I was just like, so basically what you guys have been saying to me this whole time is true, and I was so worried and obsessed for absolutely nothing. And so I'm ending up not choosing Twilight for the reasons I mentioned, but this just goes to show, like, nobody is as obsessed with you as you think they are. Or like, they don't worry about what you do as much as you think they do. And you know, that is, I guess, both good and bad, but like, I think that it's a good lesson to learn, and I'm glad that I'm figuring it out. And if there is somebody out there who is obsessed, then that's their problem. All right, my battery light's blinking. I am about to go watch Shattered, oh shoot, no, Sharp Objects, the new HBO show, and it's by Gillian Flynn, who wrote, shoot, Gone Girl. I really liked it, and Sharp Objects was her first book, but she also wrote some of the episodes for the HBO telling, and I'm excited, so I'm gonna go check it out and I'll let you guys know what I think. Let me know if you watch it too, and we can talk about it. Oh yeah. Okay, bye. Happy Wednesday. I just filmed a video, and now it is lunch break, and I have to go grocery shopping because I have no time to do things like that anymore, except for random times I can find it. We are so low on groceries. I was realizing last night for the first time in a very long time, so I haven't written anything the last few days, and I actually felt like incomplete, like I was missing something. Like, it was weird. Like, I feel like that's every writer's dream, is to get to that point where it's become such a habit that you have to do it, and that's how I felt. I felt like I had to do it, and that's nice. It's a quick update, but I just wanted to share. I just have to come on here and say something. Sorry, I've been filming in the bedroom lately, but Zach's home, and I feel weird like gushing to you guys and rambling when he's like sitting there listening. So I come in here and be all secretive and weird and talk to myself. So we just got done with class, and some of you guys mentioned you don't mind me talking about class, so I'm gonna take that and run with it. You'll be sorry that you said that. We just got done with class, and today we had a guest speaker, and it was an author, and her name's Elaine Ferguson, and she does young adult mystery paranormal books, and she's written 37 books so far, I think. Anyway, I love listening to real published authors just talk about the journey. She let us ask her anything, like from money to anything. She said the only question we weren't allowed to ask her was how much she weighed, which was really funny. But yeah, like, she's a real live published author, and like, I just want to go out and read every single one of her books now because they sound amazing. And just like talking about her process and how she structures a novel, and I could go on and on and on talking about what she talked about. She talked for like 2 hours, but I have to brag because this is my channel. So in the beginning of our class session, we had to go around and talk about what we were working on, and she was really great and receptive to all of them. She's like, oh my god, you guys are a wonderful group, like very wonderful. But we got to mine, and she like was listening, and I told her, so most people that I've run into haven't really heard that the crystal skull legend is actually a real legend. Like, the real skulls that have been discovered, it's not just like an Indiana Jones thing. Like, it's a real thing. Like, you can Google it. It's very fascinating. I think I was a kid when I saw a documentary on the History Channel on it, and like, of course, it was all conspiracy theory, but it was cool and it was just fascinating. And she was like, oh my God, she's like, I've been wanting to do something like that. And I told her, you know, my plans for it and the structure and like the point of view part of it all, and she's like, that sounds so amazing. She said that she was gonna steal my idea, and then laughed. So if you see something by Lane Ferguson involving the legends of the crystal skulls, you know she stole my idea. No, she was joking, but she was so great. And she was saying like how you know, she knows that that's like the market is looking for stuff like that right now, and like she mentioned her agent and encouraged, you know, me to query her agent. What? Like, I'm not ready for this. I am like on cloud 9, and I just, yeah, like I just don't even know what to say. So that is that. And there's another thing I'm excited about, but I probably shouldn't mention it, but I share everything with you guys and I just am freaking out. I'm going to say it briefly, and I'm going to say it mysteriously to the point where I hope it bothers you, because I know it would bother me. I'm teasing, but okay, so you guys now know that I am taking classes at Harvard, and so my job pays for advancing degrees. Like, they're very good about that, and so I am taking it for very cheap. But most of the people who are in my class, I think there's me and one other person who are in the same situation where our job is covering the majority of it, but everyone else is just taking it. And as you probably can guess, Harvard is not a cheap school to attend. And so I guess I hadn't really registered that most of the people in this class would be, you know, successful and well off, I guess. I don't want to sound condescending, or not, condescending is the wrong word because it's like opposite of what I mean. But you know, I don't want to like put, you know, I don't know everyone's story, and maybe they just really want to take a class at Harvard. I don't know. Or it's just one of the best. So anyway, I found out one of the people in my peer group, so we're divided into groups, is like her, I don't want to give away who she is because privacy reasons, and obviously, and it just doesn't feel right, but her husband's dad is a very famous musician, very famous, and I feel like an idiot because like her last name is not that common, and you know, I know where she lives, and it's like, you know, very popular music city, and I just didn't connect it. And like she had emailed me, and I like saw she had like her website in her email signature, and I was like, oh cool, she has a website, I wonder what it looks like, you know, me nosy stalkery. And I was like, wait, like this is like a really professional website, like what the heck. And then I read her bio and like who her husband was, and I was like, no, like that's not the same person, no, that can't be right. And I googled it, and sure enough, and I was like, I'm still shook. That's my new youth word. I am like so starstruck, and it's like this girl has been in my peer group for weeks now, and I like never connected who she was. And I admit, I sent her an email. I had to confess. I was like, okay, I have a confession to make. Like I kind of explained the situation. I kept it lighthearted, and I was like, I just had to say it once. Like, I love her husband's parents, and I was like, I love them so much, and I'm a huge fan, and I promised I'm not gonna bring it up again. I just had to get it out of my system. Okay, and now I'm done. And she hasn't responded yet. But oh, and she just, I never would have guessed, other than it was really obvious when putting it all together. Anyway, I just want to mention how starstruck I am. Just imagine like your favorite singer, one of your favorite singers, you find out that your project partners with them in a class, like their daughter, I mean, and you're just like, am I supposed to act normal now? Like, no, I will. If, like I said, I don't think anyone watches these videos from my class, but if you do see this, I promise I'll be cool. I'm not gonna mention it to anyone else, even though I guess it seems probably really obvious now. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm being stupid. Okay. I feel so flustered. Thank God I didn't know before, because I can't contain myself. I have to be cool before our next class session. I'm gonna be cool. Be cool. We good. Okay. Good night. Zach, why didn't you tell me that I look so bad? So sitting here procrastinating, doing my work. I cannot talk to the camera when I look like this. Oh my God. And realized, look who's doing live chats or live write-ins. It is Kim Chance and Megan LaCroix. If you guys aren't already, you should join their Sprints with Kim and Megan Facebook group. I will link it below. I thought I would work on my last homework assignment for a bit with them. I have no idea why I look so gross right now. Happy Saturday! Oop, mess on the ground. Ignore that. My hair sometimes looks gray on the edge, but I swear it's just my poop brown natural color. Today, Zach is gone. He is scuba diving with his dad, and I have the apartment to myself, which is a perfect condition to get some writing done. So I am starting off the day with playing Sims. But now I plan to play Sims, eat some breakfast, and then maybe in an hour or so around lunchtime, I will get on with my life in a more efficient manner. I woke up this morning with a monster headache. They're the worst, so that's why I'm like unshowered, because the meds kicked in and I was able to get back to sleep. And so I kind of just re-woke up. But yeah, I am excited. I hope to get most of my chapter 1 rewrite done today. And I'm gonna be doing it by hand, so that's gonna be really interesting and exciting, and my hand is gonna kill towards the end. But I think in a way I've noticed anyway that when I handwrite, I'm able to stay much more focused, because I guess it's less tempting to open up a web browser, or I don't know, I'm just used to when I'm on a computer, I'm like goofing off. You know, when I'm sitting there handwriting, it's like I can get more lost in it more easily. I feel ready. Like I haven't felt like this before. I think just because we've done so much talking about our projects and planning my project, and I've been with these characters now. Let's see, I first came up with the idea in 2015, but I first really started working on it severely at the beginning of 2017. Severely, I meant seriously. You know, I've been thinking about these characters every single day for a long time now. Definitely focusing more on some than the other. Like I obsess with Anna, who's the POV of the first chapter. I know I need to start working on the other characters more. But so like her voice is so strong in my head, and I feel like it's so easy to write her now because I know her. Like I know how she would react to anything. I know her opinions on things. Like I know Anna. The other characters, still working on it. There's one character in particular who I don't like, and so I haven't spent much time in their head, and I'm really nervous to write them just because they are the antagonists. And so I mean, I guess that's good that I genuinely don't like this person, but oh, like I like one of the antagonists, okay, just because he has like a troubled past, blah blah blah, but the main antagonist is like, oh, I just really don't like her. So it's hard to be in her head. All right, let's get going before it gets too hot, because I do want to go on a run today, and I can't wait too long or I'm gonna die, because the temperature's gonna keep going up. See you guys in a bit. There is a girl outside my window yelling yard sale, and she won't stop. Oh my God. I thought she was yelling Marshall and was looking for a dog or something, and I was like, oh, I hope she finds it, but no. She has to stop eventually, right? Like, her voice is gonna get tired. Oh my God. Unbelievably, they are still shouting. And it is 6 o'clock. It was 4 o'clock before. I'm starting to worry that it's actually just in my mind because it's been going on so long. Send help, please. Also, I ate an entire bag of popcorn, and it always tastes so good in the beginning, and then it starts to get not so hot, and then you realize how much butter you're eating, and then you feel gross. And I do this every single time, and I never learn. Oh, you can see my whole apartment. It's not too messy. It's a little messy, not too messy. Can you tell I'm stalling? I'm actually just uploading my AuthorTube video. Hopefully you can hear me with the fan. I never know how it hits the mic, but I've had a headache all day long. It's returned, and it sucks. Not to sound super like with nature, but I swear I get a headache right before any big storm. You know, the pressure change and whatnot. And I just looked at the weather, and sure enough, it's supposed to be a huge storm tomorrow. So I'm thinking maybe that's why I have a headache. I also read a lot before bed though, and that usually gives me a headache. They're still shouting, oh my god. Did some handwriting today, and it's actually the last chapter, not the first, because I just had this idea, so yay. Not what I should have worked on. Also, just realized today is this day, and my rough draft for my chapters due this day. Help! Okay, I just got out of the shower, clearly. Haven't even brushed my hair. But I realized I forgot to talk about something yesterday. So while on my run, I've been thinking about a character that's been bothering me because she just felt very two-dimensional. She didn't feel just as complete and whole as I need her to be. And I finally like really got her. You know, I spent some time thinking about her character, and just suddenly she popped as a real person, and it's like, there she is, I get her. And it's just such a good feeling. I feel like when I wrote my first draft, pretty much all of my characters, with the exception of one, felt that way. They felt almost like cartoons instead of like real people, and I just love getting to that point of character development where all of a sudden they transition, and it's like the cartoon fades away, and here's a three-dimensional real human being of a character. I think I have like 2 characters left that need that thawing out. One's really close, and I know I just need to spend more time with them, maybe do like a diary entry in their first person point of view or something, just to like discover something about themselves that makes them real. And I think that's like one of my fears of if I ever fast draft, because you know, I've been writing this book now for a couple years, but I've been working on it more seriously for about a year now, and I'm just worried, like, you know, people who write like whole books in like a month or 3 months, like I don't understand, like they maybe just have better practice at making real characters, like, but for me it's like I need time to spend with them and to like have them transition that way. So, but yay, it finally happened to my antagonist. I'm so happy, because I was like really worried, because, and I talked about this I think in my past videos, she just felt like a mwahaha villain, like, you know, just evil for no point. And even though I gave her a point, it still felt just like, she felt like a cartoon version of a character instead of like a real person. And now she's like horrifyingly real, and you know, she's not just evil, like she's has good points and bad points, but I think that makes her even more scary, that, you know, she seems like somebody we can know. My camera's fogging up because it's so foggy in here, so I'll go, but I just wanted to share that.
What are you doing?
I'm writing.
Oh.
Get out.
Sorry.
show my awesome shirt, but I guess you already saw it in the clip. So, as you can see, I am trying my hand at handwriting. And I kind of am picking up where I left off of my really cool new intro. The problem is, I don't know how to get into it. I am pantsing for the first time. I don't have a plan, and it's really hard, as you can see by my constant head bent like down and thinking. I tried to force myself to put her into the scene that I want her to be into, but it just wasn't working, and so I kind of just started free writing, where I put myself back into the narrator of the story, and just asked a random question, and just, I know I'm not making sense, I'm sorry, but basically, okay, I'm gonna spill the beans on something. So the way I have it right now, the narrator is on the they're in the story, but they're not a main character. However, they are narrating the story for reasons that will be revealed later on. So I was just writing Anna's story in third person, and I just felt stuck, and so I had her just talking to the narrator, and that's when I finally it was flowing better. But now I need to jump back to that plot part. It's hard. Oh my god, I forgot how hard this was, and I'm just struggling to know where to start. Maybe I need to just look back at my old chapter 1 and kind of see if I can marry the two a little bit better. I think I'm ready to type up some of my handwritten notes though and add to them, because like basically right now the margins are just like, they're all scribbled with like notes on things to add in to fix, and I think that might make it a little clearer. It was really great to handwrite and to free think more that way, but I'm ready to add some more detail and see if that clarifies things. So I'm sorry if you can hear the violence going on behind me. Zach's watching Luke Cage, so it's kind of loud. And he interrupts my writing all the time. That's my life. It's okay. Normally I tell him when I'm writing, and I didn't this time, but so that's it for this week. It's been a really cool week because I feel like, I hope you guys can hear me okay. I feel like this week it's all felt so much more real, and it's exciting and exhilarating, and I don't even really feel fear anymore, except for moments like this when I'm writing and I like can't think of what to say. But I've just had so many affirmations this week, and it just all feels right. And I guess in that way it kind of scares me, because it's like, okay, what's the catch? Like, it can't just go easy. Even though nothing's happened, like, but I just feel like, I don't know, it just all feels right. And it's like, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and things are too good to be true, and I don't know, except the writing is still hard. So that, I guess, evens it out. Oh, the message for this week. I'm probably gonna kill this whole theme for the week because I can never think of one. The theme for this week, I would say, is kind of being taught to me right now, which is it's so great to dream, and it keeps everything going, it keeps the dream alive, but at the end of the day, it's work that gets it forward, moves it forward. All these themes are going to be super cliche. Oh well. Okay. This week, I am reading The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner, right? Is that right? The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner, yes. An Eclipse novella. I finished Eclipse. I spent a good portion of last night watching the movies, the Twilight movies, and they weren't as good as I remembered. I guess just because in the book, I'd forgotten how much more, what's the word I'm looking for? Animated the characters are than they're portrayed in the movies. Oh my god, Eclipse was especially bad. Like, everyone talks so monotone, and everyone's so serious, and I don't want to criticize the acting because everyone was like that, and it was just like awkward, and some of the acting was bad, and I think the movie was really visually cool. I loved the effects and I loved the fight scenes, because that's in the book something you don't get so much, but yeah, the characters were. So if anyone's only seen the movies and never read the books and thinks like, oh my god, Bella's like a flat character, I promise in the book she's like a totally different person. She's very emotional and very like animated and blah. Anyway, not the point of this video. So I'm reading this. It's a short little novella that Stephanie did on one of the side characters. And it's pretty good. I like it okay. I always read it when I'm rereading the whole series. And I really just want to read Breaking Dawn, but I read this in between just as like I don't know, I have to do things completely or it doesn't feel right. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to get ready for bed. I might do some more writing if I have inspo. But I really do think I need to type it up and look at it next to my original chapter 1 because I think it will click better then. I'll let you know how that goes. Alright guys, I hope you had a good week and did writing if you are a writer, or just did fun stuff if you're a fun person. Okay.